Assalamu alaikum and welcome to a new podcast of To The Point with me, Omar, and like always, Ibadat. How are you, bud?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I am sleepy, but I'm good.
At this hour, yeah, I can imagine.
Alright. So today we're gonna talk about the famous TikTok. Well,
Well,
what I
this
mean,
will be first in a long line of not long. This will be a series on social media that we're gonna end up doing, and our first victim for today is gonna be TikTok.
TikTok, it is. So, why don't you start by telling me what do you think about TikTok? Because अगर मैं TikTok के बारे में बात करता हूँ या मैं सोशल मीडिया के बारे में करता हूँ मैं थोड़ा सा biased होऊंगा क्योंकि I am sort of in social media, so I will be little bit biased. So I want to get your
Yeah.
perspective कि बाहर वाला outsider what he thinks of TikTok.
यार देखो, frankly speaking, जितनी जितना notorious, let's use a pronounceable word. जितना notorious TikTok हुआ है ना in terms of social media, I mean, अपने ज़माने में Facebook privacy और उसकी वजह से जो है बहुत ही ज़्यादा मार खा चुका है and every social media platform has more or less been यानी उसकी अपनी गुड टाइम्स बैड टाइम्स वाला सीन हुआ है बट जितना लुक्ड डाउन अपॉन टिकटॉक है ना एटलीस्ट यानी पब्लिक उसमें आई में एंड येट जितना ही कन्वर्सली जितना पॉपुलर है वो थोड़ी सी यानी इसकी अजीब सी रिलेशनशिप नज़र आती है टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक.
Exactly, like it has 1 billion active users. 1 billion. That's a big number.
That's a massive number, yaar.
So,
But yeah, yani,
first
if
of
you're
all,
talking about first impressions, then we'll get to that. We'll get to that because yani, there is a word that is going to just take away or is going to be the meat of our discussion, and that word is talentless. Okay, so
agree.
For now we'll say that, and then we'll expand upon it later.
Right. Well, as you know, this is a merge of Musically and क्या था वो देवलन था क्या था वो एक और था.
Yeah,
I can't
basically
recall it.
this started off as Musically, as a musical.ly in 2014. ये Chinese company ने startup की थी app. This was also a lip syncing app that had about 30 seconds to 1 minute की videos वगैरह run किया करते थे.
हाँ
This
अब तो
was
उन्होंने 3 मिनट कर
acquired
दिए हैं.
by these guys. Yeah, exactly. This was acquired by um, ByteDance in 2016. Now, the interesting thing is that ByteDance was originally an artificial intelligence development company. तो उन्होंने सोशल मीडिया की एक एप्लीकेशन ख़रीद ली out of the blue, and they rebranded it as TikTok. But the funny thing is, you mentioned Douyin or whatever. That's basically the Chinese name for it, and in China it's known as Douyin, whereas internationally it's TikTok. And the other interesting thing about this is that the servers for either app are separate, meaning that the content on Douyin is not accessible to or is not the same as what we have on TikTok. Yeah. And vice versa. Like whatever is on TikTok is not accessible to the users of Douyin. If that's the right pronunciation, but that's what we're pronouncing it as based on the spelling. So that's a very interesting point, because if you're living in China, you have no idea what the hell is going on in the rest of the world, and the rest of the world does not have any idea what's going on in China
हाँ,
or what it's being used for.
it is quite funny कि you know कि पहले इंडिया ने कहा कि नहीं हम चाइनीज़ ऐप को बैन कर रहे हैं. आई थिंक इट इज़ स्टिल बैंड इन इंडिया, और ये 4 दफ़ा तो पाकिस्तान में बैन हो चुका है. मतलब समझ नहीं आता, बैन होता है फिर खुल जाता है, बैन होता है फिर खुल जाता है. यार एक साथ ही बंद कर दो, जान छुटवाओ,
यार
खली कराओ.
बात सही है. आई मीन आई डोंट नो, आई ऑनेस्टली डोंट नो. इट्स पब्लिक प्रेशर कह लो या पॉपुलैरिटी कह लो या आई डोंट नो व्हाट इट इज़, बट ये बैनिंग अनबैनिंग वाला जो सीन, आई एग्री इट शुड, यानी वंस एंड फॉर ऑल डिसाइड करो भाई इसके साथ क्या करना है एंड जस्ट गेट ऑन विद योर लाइव्स.
I mean, we will come down to the problems with TikTok, but initially, if we talk about like algorithm, the issue with TikTok I have seen, because I have used TikTok. Okay, sadly, the issue with TikTok is that कि इसका algorithm control करना is quite difficult. I mean, well, it goes for every other app like Instagram and Facebook as well, but especially with TikTok, it is very dynamic, very dynamic. I mean, आप किसी भी 2 या 3 वीडियो का आप उनके साथ इंटरेक्ट करेंगे ना, फॉर एग्जांपल इफ you're into cars and you're gonna search like cars videos, it gonna keep on repeating on cars videos. So the algorithm is
Yeah,
really,
it's not.
really catchy.
I'll explain. I'll explain what this part is. It's a good thing you raised this point because the algorithm is the driving force behind the algorithm is a little different. So we'll get to that eventually. There's when we do the how it works wala bit hai na. So right now, okay, as far as what we've done is established what TikTok is and a little bit of flavoring as to how I feel about it personally. I do not use TikTok. I hate it, quite frankly speaking.
By the way, you can find little bit of clips, जो हमारी भी clips हैं इस podcast की, video की. You can find us on TikTok.
Yeah, and that is solely maintained by you. So
Well,
I am not
see,
responsible for the
see,
content on there.
see, there is a reason behind it. The reason behind
I
it कि
know.
see, any app, ठीक है, it can be used for either good or bad. ठीक है. Instagram, if you talk about Instagram, वो mainly बना था photographers जो है ना, photographers, वो वहाँ पे जो है अपनी तस्वीरें शेयर कर रहे थे. YouTube पे जो है
I
वीडियो
know.
बना के शेयर कर रहे थे. अब TikTok पे ये हुआ. अच्छा, TikTok का आई थिंक कि इतना यहाँ पे एक्सप्लिसिट या क्रिंज वाला कंटेंट इसलिए है क्योंकि लेट से कि मुझे पता है कि यार मेरी फैमिली में से कोई भी जो है टिकटॉक यूज़ नहीं करेगा. ठीक है, तो मुझे जितना गंद मारना मैं यहाँ पे आके मार लेता हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे कोई देखने वाला तो नहीं है नहीं ना. अब वो बात गलत है कि देखने वाला है नहीं. देखने वाले बहुत हैं, ठीक है, और दैट्स हाउ दैट कंटेंट इज स्प्रेडिंग. एंड आई रिमेंबर कि जब शुरू में वो आया था वो लिप सिंकिंग था, और वो एक वो आई रिमेंबर दैट बच्चा रो रहा था लाइक आंसुओं के साथ. इट वाज एन आंसू लाइक पानी भीगा हुआ था, बट ऑन ऑल दैट स्टफ. बट आई थिंक this is one of the reasons कि everybody thinks that they're gonna get away with it. ठीक है, they're gonna make this explicit content which is काफ़ी है. There is a lot, tons of that. ठीक है, and then comes the cringe part. ठीक है, so I think this is one of the reason they're making it.
Yeah, I agree. The thing is that on the other hand, जो बाकी सोशल मीडिया की एप्लीकेशंस जैसे मेंशन की हैं, उनको अगर आप कंपेयर करो, वहाँ पे इंस्टाग्राम हैज़ अ सर्टन रिक्वायरमेंट लेवल, यू कैन से. इंस्टाग्राम हो गया, यूट्यूब हो गया, दे हैव सर्टन requirements in terms of equipment, in terms of quality of content, and then in terms of pushing that content to the masses. Yani aapki, there are certain factors that determine that, like regularity of uploads, content quality, content length, and all of these things. Instagram, on the other hand, aapke followers kitne grow hote hain, and so on and so forth. Yani it's a little hard to enter into it as a new entrant. बिकॉज चीज़ें इतनी सैचुरेट हो गई हैं एंड उसका एल्गोरिदम इतना फर्मली इस्टेब्लिश्ड है कि यू हैव टू डू समथिंग आउट ऑफ द वे टू ओवरकम दैट. नाउ
और
टिकटॉक ऑन द अदर हैंड उसकी
no,
you're
no,
saying.
go ahead. I will remember it.
So,
Go ahead.
all right. So basically, what I was feeling is that it's a play on Snapchat, like the ease of making videos and everything, which eliminates the need for equipment that you would need for YouTube, for example. यानी वो वाला फैक्टर ख़त्म कर देता है एंड आप अपने फ़ोन की वीडियो से जो है इमीडिएट वहीं पे ही बैठे बैठे जो है जैसे तैसे जो है वीडियोस बना लेते हैं, भले लिप सिंकिंग के हों या जो भी हो. इट स्टार्ट्स विद लिप सिंकिंग बेसिकली. सो यानी
Yes.
बिकॉज दैट्स ईजी टू डू दैट, यू डोंट नीड अ लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट टू डू दैट. एंड यानी इन शॉर्ट बैरियर्स टू एंट्री आपकी जो टिकटॉक का होता है वो बहुत लो है.
हाँ.
ठीक है. एंड एट द
And
सेम टाइम आपकी जो ऑडियंसेस हैं दे आर वेरी रीचेबल, दे आर वेरी यानी बिकॉज यू आर नॉट डूइंग द प्लगिंग, द
and
ऐप
it
इज़ डूइंग
started
द
with the
प्लगिंग
dance
फॉर
as
यू.
well. I have to यानी कि मुझे ऐड करना पड़ेगा कि यहाँ पे डांसिंग में भी I can't recall that girl's name. उसके I think कितने मिलियन सब्सक्राइबर सबसे पहले उसी के हुए थे, या फॉलोअर्स होता है आई थिंक उसमें टिकटॉक में. आई थिंक उसके
Damn.
बिलियंस में इस वक्त, बिलियंस में. राइट नाउ शी इज एट बिलियन. तो
Damn.
the thing is कि it started I think and उसका इंटरव्यू था गैरी वी के साथ, and she was like, we were just having fun, and I was like, dancing to the grooving to the music and all that. तो उसकी सिस्टर ने कहा कि ठीक है, why don't we make a video about it, and they did, and it spread like wildfire. So lip syncing and dancing as well. Now जो मैं बात कर रहा था कि जैसे तुमने कहा कि YouTube से Instagram से काफ़ी ये आसान है रीच, ठीक है. दैट इज़ अ वेरी वैलिड पॉइंट, बिकॉज फॉर एग्जांपल अब YouTube के सबसे पहले बात करते हैं. YouTube में फॉर ईच व्यू टू काउंट यू हैव टू एटलीस्ट वॉच आई थिंक 3 seconds और 10 seconds. अच्छा, अब वो वॉच करने से पहले यू हैव अ थंबनेल, यू हैव टू एक्चुअली क्लिक ऑन दैट थंबनेल. अब ये थंबनेल कैसे आएगा? या तो आपका एल्गोरिथम ऐसा लगा हुआ है कि आपके सजेशंस में आ रहा है, या आप उसको सर्च करके उस कंटेंट पे जा रहे हैं, या आपने उस कंटेंट को फॉलो किया हुआ है. ठीक है. अब ये बात हो गई सिर्फ व्यू की, और वॉच टाइम को तो छोड़ ही दो. ठीक है, वॉच टाइम की परवाह हैं. अब व्यू जो है यहाँ पे टिकटॉक पे ये होता है कि आपके पास फीड है, जैसे ही आप एप्लीकेशन खोलते हैं इंस्टेंट, इट्स वेरी इंस्टेंट. यू डोंट इवन हैव टू डू एनीथिंग, जस्ट ओपन द ऐप. ठीक है. अब तो ऐड आते हैं, पहले ऐड नहीं आते थे. ऐड आते हैं, स्किप करो ऐड, एंड फर्स्ट थिंग यू सी इज देयर इज अ वीडियो. ठीक है. आपने जैसे स्वाइप अप कर दिया, विद इन इवन लाइक 1 second एक व्यू काउंट हो गया. दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द रीजन्स कि इसके व्यूज़ 500, 600, 700 एकदम से बढ़ते हैं. क्योंकि फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैं ऐसे उसको स्क्रॉल कर रहा हूँ, उसके व्यूज़ तो बढ़ी जा रहे हैं. ऑन दी अदर हैंड यूट्यूब में काफ़ी डिफरेंट है. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि भाई व्यू जो है वो व्यू के लिए ये होता है. अच्छा, उसके बाद यूट्यूब पे जो मेन मैग्नेट जो अब लोगों का है वो है कि भाई वहाँ से पैसे मिलते हैं. कैसे? तो पैसे तो खैर लोगों ने इससे टिकटॉक से भी कमाए, अवार्ड्स सेरेमनीज़ वगैरह भी होती रहती हैं. तो यूट्यूब पे लोगों ने क्या किया कि भाई उन्होंने कहा कि भाई पैसे बनाने. अब पैसे बनाने के लिए यू नीड एटलीस्ट 1000 सब्सक्राइबर्स. ठीक है. अब वो ढूंढने, और उसके बाद यू हैव टू मेक लाइक 4000 hours, which calculates about like 11 hours per day for 365 days, if my math is not wrong. ठीक है. तो the thing is कि वो उस certain degree पे पहुंचने के लिए you have to do a lot of effort. आपको कंटेंट अच्छा बनाना पड़ेगा. यू नीड अ क्वालिटी कैमरा. खैर अब तो लोग जैसे पोटैटो कैमरा से भी बना रहे हैं. ठीक है. बट द थिंग इज़ के जो यानी कि जिनका अच्छा कंटेंट है और जिनको आप फॉलो करेंगे, बट एटलीस्ट मैं फॉलो करूँगा, उनका
ज़ाहिर सी बात है, उनका स्टैंडर्ड एक होना चाहिए.
एग्जैक्टली. यहाँ पे क्या है, आपके पास आईफोन है, सैमसंग है, वेल छोटी सी 30 सेकंड की या 1 मिनट की वीडियो बनाने के लिए आई थिंक उनकी जो क्वालिटी है वो काफ़ी है। इंडोर या आउटडोर अब लोग करते हैं क्योंकि अब मोबाइल भी काफ़ी अच्छे आ गए है। तो द थिंग इज़ कि वो लोग बना रहे हैं एंड आई थिंक टिकटॉक पे वीडियो बनाना काफ़ी आसान है। आई थिंक टिकटॉक पे
पर
अगर
उसके
एक
ऊपर जो
वीडियो
क्या कहते हैं इंस्टाग्राम के जितने भी फिल्टर्स वगैरह हैं आई बिलीव वो भी पूरा यानी स्वीट ऑफ एडिटिंग सॉफ्टवेयर कह लो वहीं पे
एग्जैक्टली
ऑन बोर्ड ऐप पे मिल जाता है।
बिल्कुल। आई मीन अगर टिकटॉक के ऊपर म्यूज़िक लाइब्रेरी भरी पड़ी है, आप जो चाहें आपको मिल जाएगा, ठीक है। फेसबुक यूट्यूब पे ये होता है कि आपको वो गाना वो ढूंढना है जो उसकी कॉपीराइटेड से ना हो, क्योंकि अगर आपने कॉपीराइटेड गाना यूज़ कर ली है और वो जिसका गाना है तो उसके पैसे उसको मिलेंगे, आपको नहीं मिलेंगे, ठीक है। तो ये बात हो गई म्यूज़िक की। तो यहाँ पे जो है आप म्यूज़िक आप यू कैन पुट योर फेवरेट सॉन्ग और whatever you want to add in TikTok. It is very open. It is like open source. तो गाना भी मिल गया आपको, आपने एडिटिंग भी कर दी, शशकी वाले फ़िल्टर भी आ गए हैं, ठीक है, फ़िल्टर भी लग गए। तो वीडियो बनाने में आई थिंक आप मैक्सिमम 5 मिनट में बहुत ज़्यादा कह रहा हूँ, 5 मिनट में वो कह रहा हूँ कि यानी कि जो एक्चुअली दे थिंक के हमने कंटेंट अच्छा बनाना है। वेयर एज ऑन यूट्यूब, ठीक है, फॉर इंस्टेंस लाइक दिस पॉडकास्ट वी आर रिकॉर्डिंग फॉर 1 आवर, ठीक है, एंड देन आई विल शेयर द फाइल विद यू, देन
पोस्ट
यू विल
प्रोसेसिंग
एडिट
पूरी
इट।
जो है कुल मिला के यानी इट
एग्जैक्टली,
विल टेक अबाउट 3 or 4 hours easily easily।
easily and this is the easiest editing की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं पॉडकास्ट, बिकॉज हम बात कर रहे
Exactly,
हैं,
this is
there is
very straightforward।
exactly, this is very straightforward. Now when I used to make videos on YouTube, there was, I remember the edge of the world वाली जो मैंने वीडियो बनाई हुई है, it took me about easily 3 to 4 weeks. well I know कि मेरा यानी कि टाइम टेबल ऐसा है कि यानी कि काम पे होता हूँ, फुल टाइम जॉब है, so this is a side hustle
Definitely,
or as a hobby thing, but it does take a lot of time to edit if you want to
डेफिनेटली
edit
डेफिनेटली,
right.
क्योंकि एट द एंड ऑफ इट आपने जो है अपनी लाइफ को भी बैलेंस करना है बिकॉज यू आर नॉट डूइंग दिस फुल टाइम। सो ऑब्वियसली यू हैव टू टेक दोज थिंग्स इनटू कंसिडरेशन एंड प्रैक्टिकली थिंक अबाउट कि भाई यानी इसको इनकॉर्पोरेट कैसे किया जाएगा, एंड दैट्स लाइक मे बी एन आवर वर्थ ऑफ एडिटिंग पर डे गिव और टेक।
हाँ, exactly. So you can add up to like 24 hours of editing, like one full day.
एग्जैक्टली, वन फुल डे विदाउट रेस्ट यानी।
हाँ, यानी कि अगर आप पूरे महीने में 24 दिनों में वर्किंग डेज में से उसको आप निकाल लें 1 घंटा, तो इट इज़ लाइक 24 hours, which I think for one video it's a long time.
ट्रू, लेकिन एट द सेम टाइम वीडियो की क्वालिटी भी देखी जाए कि भाई उसके अंदर
Exactly,
कंटेंट कैसे
exactly,
प्रोड्यूस हुआ है कंपेयर
exactly.
टू
And
ऑब्वियसली
this is
वही वाली बात है कि आप जितना टाइम लगाएंगे किसी चीज़ को ड्रॉ करने में, लाइक you're making a picture, right?
exactly, and
Somebody asked you to draw a horse.
this is one of the reason. This is one of the reason कि why a lot of people, these so-called celebs, ठीक है, why they came to TikTok, because आपको जो शोहरत है ना इस तरह मिल सकते हैं, if you want to well क्रिंज वर्दी या अपने एक्सप्लिसिट कंटेंट या ऐसा कुछ कंटेंट बनाना है, you will go like that, ठीक है, it will take off like really fast. On YouTube it's a very 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 slow process. Same goes with Instagram as well. Instagram तो पहले सिर्फ फोटोग्राफी के लिए था, ठीक है, फोटोग्राफी भी जो है वो जो फुल प्रोफेशनल कैमरे के साथ हैं या एटलीस्ट like top of the range iPhone or Samsung or Android, those phones they used to take
Absolutely.
like pretty good pictures, ठीक है, तो वो जो है वो डालते थे अपनी फीड के ऊपर। तो जो
एंड देन
दूसरी जो
आपको जो
तस्वीरें
है
थी,
तस्वीर लेने के बाद भी जो है पोस्ट प्रोसेसिंग करनी होती है, यू नीड टेक्निकल नॉलेज फॉर दैट।
एग्जैक्टली, तो उसके बाद फिर क्या कहते हैं उसको, लेकिन खैर अब तो वो आ गया वीडियो में आ रहे। देयर वाज अ न्यूज़ लाइक लास्ट वीक दे आर नाउ competing with TikTok. Well, they haven't said it, but I think they are competing with TikTok because now they are promoting reels more. which is sort of like
Eh,
TikTok.
I'm gonna slightly disagree with that because the Reels thing was more to compete with Snapchat than TikTok. That was there before, when Snapchat was coming to the top. तो वो उसके साथ
Okay.
कंपटीशन के लिए उन लोगों ने करना शुरू किया था. TikTok was
Reels,
came
if I'm
on the
not
scene a
wrong,
little later.
they had this IGTV, Instagram TV था पहले. Reels is very recently similar to YouTube Shorts. ये भी अभी आ गया
Right,
है.
but then again, YouTube Shorts were created in response to Snapchat. Because the initial ये short video वाला जो format की popularity थी Snapchat के ऊपर start हुई थी.
So I
So
think
yeah, nee, TikTok definitely built on that, but in a different way. Yeah, it's technically it should have been one of the applications we should have mentioned back there, but yeah, and Snapchat was, you can say, the closest competitor in terms of actual UI and format per se. But then again, isne, frankly speaking, Snapchat, the best things about Snapchat, the best things about Instagram, and the best things about YouTube लेके सारों का मिशमैश करके जो है अपना उसने यानी आइडेंटिटी कार्व आउट की है.
yeah. And another thing on TikTok is like on Instagram is, well, if you have seen the reels, they're good. I mean,
Yeah,
some of
they're
them are
definitely good.
really, really good. I mean,
यानी उसमें
sometime
नज़र
I
आता
crave
है
for
कि सोच के
pizza.
बनाई है.
Exactly. I mean, those. I'm not sure if you have seen or not. There is someone like she's making a dough and it is like so fluffy, like it makes me crave for like pizza and stuff. But
I get
that's
you, I
that's
get
the
you.
point कि यानी कि Instagram पे यानी कि reels आने के बावजूद भी लोग अच्छा content बना रहे हैं, and this could have been on TikTok as well. I mean, अगर आप TikTok पे भी जा रहे हैं तो you can do that, and there is a lot of people who are doing that. For instance, Gary Vee, ठीक है, he's making a very good content, and I was watching his like podcast तो नहीं, खैर उसका vlog daily वी करके, तो उसमें there was like 16-year-old kid, okay, and he was like, where did you find me? Gary's asked, I mean, where did you find me? किधर से तुम्हें पता चला मेरे बारे में? And he was like, TikTok. So exactly. And Gary Vee, if you talk about like Gary Vee, he's an amazing entrepreneur, ठीक है? And he talks about like, about hustling basically, ठीक है? About getting there, making something out of it. So these sort of content are there, ठीक है? There are some content which talks about self-development. There is this lady, she talks about like about the interviews and those ideas, and there are some people who talk about like self-development. So there is a lot of good content out there as well, and I think people could have used that uh, to expand on TikTok, but sadly they chose the other way.
Yeah, that kind of has to do a little bit with human psychology as well, because see, what you're talking about is, especially with term in with reference to Instagram, the Instagram portion that you said about the quality of reels and everything, that is more or less in following with the bar that was set for the application itself. कि आप अगर content in general Instagram पे post करेंगे तो उसकी थोड़ी सी एक क्वालिटी होनी चाहिए, उसके अंदर प्रोडक्शन वैल्यू होनी चाहिए, उसके अंदर कुछ कुछ यानी मेहनत होनी चाहिए. तो उसी माइंडसेट के साथ जब आप रील्स को अप्रोच करेंगे तो ऑब्वियसली यूल सी द डिफरेंस. टिकटॉक स्पेशली इन दिस एस्पेक्ट ऑन द अदर हैंड, आपके पास इंडिविजुअल्स हैं हु ऑलरेडी हैव ए एन एस्टैब्लिश्ड what do you call it, established way of working, या अपनी उनकी बार जो है already set है. So they're already working on that high level, and they're just using TikTok as an alternate platform to plug that high-end content. ठीक है, तो उनकी quality तो definitely shine through करेगी. Now, when you're opening up the ability to become popular, let's say, in short, पॉपुलराइज करने के लिए अपने कंटेंट को या अपनी अचीवमेंट्स को या सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ कोट अनकोट अचीवमेंट्स को पॉपुलराइज करने के लिए अगर आप उनको प्लेटफॉर्म देंगे तो you'll find mediocrity everywhere because that's yani it's a fact of life. Most people are average, ठीक है? Yani it's the outliers that are either really good or really bad. So if you're giving the average Joe a chance to show his averageness, holy hell, it will it will overshadow everything else because almost everyone is average, almost everyone is mediocre. And if you're telling them, okay, hey, come over and show us your mediocrity, they will. That content will overshadow any
The good
amount of good
content.
content any day. So,
You're
so
right
I
there.
feel like this is like this is I don't know, man. I wouldn't say if it's engineered per se, but I'll
I
speak
mean,
my
I'm
piece on
sure
this
कि
when we get to
I'm
the
sure
impact.
I'm sure कि this wasn't the agenda what the this app had. ठीक है, the makers of the app or the programmers. I'm sure this wasn't the
I
agenda.
don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, when we get to the impact, I'll speak a little bit about that. But for now, I mean, let's see. Motivations वगैरह के तो उस पे ज़ाहिरी बात है हम comment कर नहीं सकते because that's regardless कितनी भी हम speculation करें, we're not really gonna know the truth, right? Because if it is sinister in some way, whether corporate entities या उसकी perspective से sinister है, तो what can we do about it? People in the billions are already using it, so hello.
By the way, you were talking about the algorithm part. Why
Yeah,
don't you
see,
elaborate on that?
basically the algorithm is a little more AI driven than human driven because what you see in YouTube, Facebook, and all of these other applications, you have an algorithm that is dependent on your activity or on your inputs or on your feedback, which obviously all algorithms are, but the initiation or the push that comes, the initial push that is from the user itself. यानी यूज़र की प्रेफरेंसेस या यूज़र की चॉइसेस सिलेक्शंस के बेसिस के ऊपर द एल्गोरिथम चेंजेस एंड रिएक्ट्स. However, the TikTok algorithm, on the other hand, is more AI driven in the sense that when you sign in or when you create a new account on TikTok, somehow from somewhere, it basically grabs, how we say, no, not grabs per se.
So I remember you were telling me about something about algorithm, and I'm sure you have done a
Yeah.
lot of research. Please enlighten me.
Yeah, not a lot of research per se, but read a few articles and all that. So, what my understanding of the algorithm is, compared to other social media applications, the algorithm on, say, Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, all of these are sort of driven by user choices. They aren't exactly proactive. They have a more reactive approach, like they'll respond to your preferences, like they'll respond to links that you click on, videos that you watch, and pictures that you like, and उनके जो यानी framework के अंदर जो आप activities करेंगे. So it's more of a reactive approach, which is good, which is good,
I think
because it keeps
that's
the
how it should
user
be.
foremost in mind.
Exactly.
Now, TikTok, on the other hand, it has a different approach. It obviously has an algorithm which is responsive to the user's preferences, but in TikTok's particular case, like illustrating it with an example, you sign up for TikTok like out of the blue, ठीक है? And when you open your feed, the For You वाला जो section होता है, उसके अंदर your inundated with videos of every topic that you may or may not be interested in. Yani
Exactly.
it's like content vomit.
Ah,
Okay, so what they're doing is that they're basic. It's like starting a Facebook account with no friends, and your newsfeed is already full.
exactly.
ठीक है
Unlike
if you
Instagram.
sign on
Unlike
Facebook with
Instagram.
unlike Instagram, unlike Facebook, unlike YouTube, you it doesn't know your preferences, it doesn't know your choices, so it's just more or less empty. यानी obviously they're not empty but जो content जिस तरह से आता है is based on certain characteristics like आपकी locality, आपकी general location कि किस country में है, किस कौन सी चीज़ें उस country में trending कर रही हैं या so on and so forth. They base it off that. The advantage TikTok has basically is कि उनके पास इतना सारा content है कि वो
आपके ऊपर सारा थोप जाते हैं.
ऐसे थोप देंगे कि यानी and you don't have to do anything about it, you'll just keep flipping through it because it's what 30 seconds of your time
Yeah,
at the end of the
some
day.
of them are
Yani
even shorter than that.
even shorter than that, exactly.
Yeah.
10 seconds, 5 seconds, even a 3
I think
second clip.
15-second is the
But
minimum. So I think
is
15
it
seconds onward.
okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I didn't,
Or
I honestly
maybe it
didn't
is
know
the
that.
even I mean 15 second ये था कि it was initially 15 second and then it went to like 30 seconds. Now it is at
Okay.
3 minutes. So yeah, I think the limit
No,
they
that's
are
the maximum
increasing.
limit.
Yeah.
But I'm speaking of this in terms of when you're confronted with an algorithm that throws out content at you, which is bite-sized. Yani, you're able to decide what you like and what you dislike in a matter of seconds. So the algorithm then evolves and responds in that same yani, time frame. It has a lot more user feedback, a lot faster user feedback. It has basically any it's this is what I meant by when it was different. So you don't find that rapidity of evolution when you're comparing the YouTube or the Facebook algorithm because their engagement methodology channels are a little more cumbersome. TikTok का जो है is very streamlined. It's very like this.
Robotic.
So يعني يعني so yeah, that's basically what I was referring to when I spoke of the algorithm.
And one issue with TikTok is that कि यार privacy concern के बारे में जो है ना there is a lot of loopholes, there is a lot of gaps.
Yeah, किसी भी social media app के बारे में privacy concerns are a
नहीं,
big question mark, to be honest.
see, I mean, if I talk about TikTok, आप YouTube से वीडियो डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. You can use online third party softwares or links. You can do that. Same goes with Instagram as well. But with TikTok, all you have to do is go to the share section and save the video. You can save the video. Well, they gonna be like small watermark that will like keep rotating. Okay, well, it will show the TikTok logo and your username. But it's just that anyone can download your video. Okay, for some people it could be concerning. Okay.
And that's where we segue into the impact part. Because see, with this taking this point that you just mentioned is for me per se, how I see TikTok is it's more of a platform where mediocrity can be promoted and lack of or talentless people can gain the celebrity status that other more talented, more conscientious people should be getting, to be honest. People who actually make an effort to create something of value or something of interest or something of actual beauty. वो recognition and यानी kudos कह लो या जो भी है, यानी recognition is a general enough word, that should be due to them. वो आपका कोई भी एरा गैरा उठ के जो है लेके claim कर लेता है using this application, which I find very annoying. which is evidenced also by the hate that TikTok receives generally, and the amount of cringeworthy content that's available on there, because you look at it and you go like, and but human nature being human nature, it it's a vicarious thing. Like people want, on one hand, they want to watch this kind of content just so that they can sit there and comment on it, or feel superior, or whatever it is. But people on one hand hate it, but then they want more of it, so that this can become a discussion point or what have you. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. With the younger generation, the bigger problem is that they're more indulgent per se, especially with the
Generation
FOMO
Z, I
syndrome
think,
that.
right? I think the most
Yeah,
active users must be like Generation Z.
definitely, because obviously it's their it's the in thing for them. Considering that in our time, dial up and the advent of the internet itself was the in thing for us.
I
So
remember that.
for them, it's something similar. They're gonna look at it and they're gonna approach it in the same way. So what my issue is in particular with the lack of like, you remember when we talked about self improvement and everything in our previous podcast,
Yeah.
this kind of thing sort of defeats that purpose, because here it encourages you to be mediocre, here it encourages you to be lame and cringy and stupid. Yani, it promotes this kind of behavior rather than eliminate it, or even highlight how counterproductive to human nature this kind of behavior is. And
Exactly.
that's
Like
my biggest peeve with
there's a
it.
lot of challenges. There is a lot of silly challenges, I would say.
Good God, silly is a very nice word.
I try to be nice, but
Uh,
yeah, I
I,
mean there is a,
I don't think you should be.
there is a lot of these sort of challenges. Uh, I mean, I don't see their point, honestly.
They are meaningless, man. They are. They appeal to the,
And
the
that is
mediocre and the
this is
average side.
how you actually get more views. I think this is the how this TikTok works. Okay, if you go to like search section, yeah, explore section, there is different hashtags, जो के challenges like let's say that high five challenge. I'm making it up like high five challenge. प्लीज़ डोंट मुझे नहीं ठहराना कि अगर हाई फाइव चैलेंज ये कल को बन गया तो मैंने नहीं बनाया है। ठीक है, तो आई एम जस्ट सेइंग कि हाई फाइव चैलेंजेस है तो दोज वीडियोस विल बी ऑन द टॉप एंड टू compete, ठीक है, जो रैट रेस में हम लोग को सिखाया गया वो इसी चीज़ के ऊपर बनाएंगे. दे विल यूज़ द सेम सॉन्ग बिकॉज दे नो दैट ओके दिस सॉन्ग इज़ इन राइट नाउ एंड ऑल आर पीपल दे विल बी लाइक ओके इस गाने पे जाके, बिकॉज उस गाने पे जब आप क्लिक कर देते हो ना, सर्च कर लेते हैं, तो ऑल द वीडियोस पीपल हैव यूज्ड दैट सॉन्ग, इट विल अपेयर. ठीक है, सो यू ट्राई टू do the cringiness or those mediocre activities, I would say, to gain more popularity. अच्छा, इसी बात पे जो है तुमने जब डिस्कस किया कि लोग दूसरों का कंटेंट डाल के फेमस हो जाते हैं, दैट इज़ अ वेरी गुड आइडिया. क्योंकि यहाँ पे ये नहीं कहा जाता कि ओह दिस इज़ माई आइडिया एंड आई एम डूइंग इट. ठीक है, यू कॉपीड इट लाइक ऑन यूट्यूब. यहाँ पे है हाँ हाँ सब करो, ठीक है, ट्रेंड है सब करो. अच्छा, इसी तरह कोई अगर एक वीडियो फॉर एग्जांपल आप तुम्हारी वीडियो मैंने डाउनलोड करके और मैंने डाल दी है, आई एम 90% श्योर कि उसमें कॉपीराइट का इशू नहीं आता है अनलेस एंड अनटिल यू सी माई वीडियो एंड यू से कि ओ भाई ये क्या कर रहे हो. ठीक है, यूट्यूब में देयर इज़ अ कॉपीराइट सेक्शन. वंस यू आर पार्टनर विद यूट्यूब, जब आपको डॉलर्स मिलने शुरू हो जाते हैं डॉलर्स, बाय डॉलर्स आई मीन सेंट्स, वेर माइन्यूट सेंट्स, तो वहाँ पे कॉपीराइट का सेक्शन है जहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि किन किन लोगों ने आपका वीडियो या ऑडियो यूज़ किया हुआ है, एंड यू कैन एक्चुअली क्लेम देम कि भाई ये मेरी वीडियो, सो डोंट यूज़ इट. अबे क्या हो रहा है आज?
हेलो.
क्या हो रहा है आज?
पता नहीं यार. दिमाग की लस्सी बन रही है.
ये जो है ना टिकटॉक की साजिश है.
यार. अच्छा.
वे वर वी?
When you were mentioning the songs part, वहाँ पे जो है ऑडियो कट हो गई थी. तो कहाँ से कंटिन्यू
ऑडियो
किया जाए?
कहाँ से कंटिन्यू किया जाता है? सॉन्ग्स वाला नहीं, सॉन्ग्स वाला यानी कि जो है कहाँ से आखिरी क्या पार्ट था?
यार आखिरी पार्ट यू वर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट थिंग जो ट्रेंडिंग वाले जो वीडियोस वगैरह चल रहे होते हैं. They are यानी people when they do the challenges they pick the latest songs that are trending at the point at that time and so on. So वहीं उधर ही से start I think कर लो from
Okay.
where you were mentioning
Okay.
about challenges.
ओके. सो या आई वाज सेइंग कि जिस तरह इस तरह के चैलेंजेस होते हैं उसमें स्पेसिफिकली जो सॉन्ग वो यूज़ करते हैं, इफ़ यू गो टू एक्सप्लोर सेक्शन एंड यू क्लिक ऑन द सॉन्ग, इट शोज ऑल द वीडियोज ऑफ द पीपल दैट हैव एक्चुअली यूज दैट सॉन्ग in their video. So a lot of people try to use that particular song which is in to create cringy, I don't know if that's a word, but cringe worthy and mediocre content.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man.
See, because the ironic thing is that at the same time you have cringy content like this and you hate it publicly, and the general perception is that this is a horrible app with horrible content on it, and yet its popularity is undiminished, which is weird, which is very weird, and we're not even mentioning the impact this has on the younger generations, like not Generation Z per se, but the kids that are coming up now in this generation, like 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds, because their main media consumption devices are their mobile phones, and in their mobile phones they'll have TikTok, and they'll be again inundated like a flood with content like this, and they'll grow up watching this, and
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what this will do to their psyches and their, I don't know, man.
And the funny thing is, yesterday I was reading this article that now China has limit the use of mobile phones for kids. मतलब दूसरों को काम पे लगा के अपने बच्चे को सुधार रहे हैं.
I swear. It's a good thing. It's a really good
It is a
approach,
good
to
thing.
be honest.
It is a good thing. And
I believe in connection to this announcement, they had limited playtime as well to an hour, I think, per
yes,
day or something
yes,
like that.
exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like on the weekends or something. I'm not sure if I talked about the copyright. Did I? Copyright issues.
No, I don't think you did.
Okay. Well, there's another thing that you mentioned ना कि किसी भी वीडियो उठा के डाल दो और you become famous.
You mentioned copyright earlier, but I don't think you elaborated on that.
Yeah. So what you can do is basically I have your video, I download it, right, and I put it on my channel, and I will gain views on that because it's a trending video. ठीक है?
That's plagiarism, man. That's straight up plagiarism. That's like I am talentless and I will piggyback off your talent because you made something good.
Exactly.
Come
Now
on, man.
I'm 90% sure कि I mean I haven't come across the copyright issue in TikTok yet, but I am 90% sure it isn't there. Now, unlike TikTok, on YouTube, if somebody have used my content, okay, I get notification. There is a section like copyright section, जहाँ पे you can actually go there and see के who have used my music or my content, and you can claim it back. So there is some degree of क्या कहते हैं professionalism, ठीक है, plagiarism का नहीं है. I mean जिसका content है वही बना रहा है, but with TikTok it's crazy.
See, that's the other thing. It encourages this kind of behavior, to stay mediocre, to not
Not
develop
think,
yourself or
not
develop
think,
your
huh?
content. Not
Exactly.
think,
To be
basically. Yeah, not
creative.
think. To be creative, because if your creativity is to the point where you just copy somebody else's stuff and take advantage of it, come on, man, that's cheating. I mean, you try
Exactly.
doing that in a school or an office environment, you get ribbed for it. You get hate for it because it's
Yeah.
stupid. You're taking credit for other people's work, and if you're encouraged to do that, because see, any disclaimer per se, because I don't know. I've never used TikTok. I plan on never using it, so I don't
How
know
do you know about For
how.
You page?
Sorry, come again.
How do you know about For You page then?
Articles. Articles. Articles,
Nicest thing.
and the fact that it's a social media platform, it would make sense to have something that's tailored to your preferences. So,
Nice
For You page
escape.
is not exactly.
But
It's the
yeah.
truth. It's the truth. But no, Yani, the thing is that see, what my impressions are what I'm giving, because if I hear about something that you can easily do in that manner, I'm gonna count it as plagiarism. I'm gonna count it as cheating, plain and simple. So I could be wrong, but based on my understanding, I think this is wrong. This is
It is.
sad. This is pathetic,
It
and
is.
it should be discouraged. But
And it is
clearly, what does
discouraged
my
in
opinion count for?
on YouTube. It is discouraged, like, if you made a
Yeah,
prank.
that's the other thing. On other social media platforms where you have copyright restrictions, values, what have you, but any
Yeah.
original content is appreciated there
Yeah.
and protected at the same time.
Exactly. And there is another thing I was checking out on YouTube, TikTok. I think the sign up minimum age is 13, and there is no proper verification check. I remember on Facebook there was some time that they were saying you need a human picture for verification or something like that. But on TikTok, you just select your date of birth and that's it. So वेरिफिकेशन जो यहाँ पे है, लाइक ऑन गूगल जैसे यूट्यूब के साथ जो है, यू नीड टू हैव अ मोबाइल फ़ोन, ठीक है, तो वहाँ पे देयर इज़ सॉर्ट ऑफ वेरिफिकेशन, बट हेयर
You know something? This point that you raised just brought something to mind. Sorry, I'm cutting in with it, but I think it's a little important to mention, because when you say that there is no verification of your age or your identity, basically, what worries me, and considering my lack of knowledge about the actual app's infrastructure, I mean, it could be there for all I know, but if such a verification process is absent, then who's to control or to keep a check on, say, child molesters or pedophiles or people like that,
exactly.
who will peddle certain kinds of content to children, or who will prey on children? Because if you take YouTube as our example, there is child-friendly content and all of these restrictions in place that
Exactly.
ensure that the wrong kind of content is not plugged to children. There was a
It
huge controversy on this, but
exactly.
I think
I
it was for
remember
the better.
that. I remember that, like, about a month or two back on YouTube, there was some discussion that they won't monetize those channels where had like kids in the video, ठीक or they want monetize kids friendly, यानी कि जैसे बच्चों के जो चैनल होते हैं they won't monetize. A lot of people they were like furious about it because there is a lot of proper slabs on YouTube as well, which are like kids, well, with supervision, of course. But the thing is, that those platforms actually care about it. They have shown some sense of responsibility.
Some sense of responsibility, exactly.
With TikTok, I haven't seen that. I mean, I haven't seen that.
That's
Yeah,
a little
there is
worrying.
some notification. You will see that this, don't try this at home, or this act was done like under supervision. We are back. Sorry, there was some small technical issues. Hi,
ये लग रहा
Cecily.
है टिकटॉक की साजिश है.
Exactly. Um, well,
But yeah, we're back.
we're back. Okay. I was talking about those challenges, dangerous challenges. ठीक है, we're talking about like sense of responsibility नहीं है, and there is a lot of challenges which are out there which are dangerous. ठीक है. आई रिमेंबर, अब आप लोग कहेंगे कि अब मैं बता के मतलब मैं एक्सपेंड नहीं कर रहा, उसको मैं बता रहा हूँ, फॉर एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूँ. आई रिमेंबर देयर वाज अ चैलेंज where you have to swallow or eat a like cinnamon powder spoonful, matlab something like that, and it was dangerous. ठीक है. Similarly, there was one challenge
That's
जहाँ पे
retarded.
आपने that's retarded and that's dangerous, यार. That's dangerous.
I get it. I mean, I'm not discounting the dangerous part, but spoonful of cinnamon powder खा के मैं क्या what like what
Exactly.
खाते हुए भी जो है आपने सांस ले ली अंदर with a lung full of cinnamon, वो तो यानी बंदे का हशर नशर कर देता है.
Exactly, what the challenge was about. Similarly, there was a recent challenge where you had to fill the glass, all right, with water, and these tissue rolls. Tissue rolls जब खत्म हो जाते हैं उसके अंदर वो जो सेंटर में जो उसका rim, I don't know what you call it. Basically, you put in the glass, right? Like I'm gonna show you, like this is the glass, okay, and you take that the rim sort of thing, and you suck on it, like you put your mouth around it and you pull it. So basically the water sort of goes to your lungs. I think that's what happens, and I have seen people like choking, take it, and they're shutting down their phone, and they have uploaded those videos. That is the
I
most
don't
interesting part.
I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to say.
So that's what I'm saying. These sort of content are there. These sort of challenges are there, and there are small young kids. Okay, they are not sure how risky that challenge can be, and there is no one to supervise it. That's the worst part.
That's retarded, yaar. That's retarded. That's dangerous, irresponsible, retarded. I could come up with a whole host of synonyms for this, but, dude, what the hell?
This, I think, this is the reason that why people do look upon TikTok like कि ये अच्छा app नहीं है, because like
This reminds me of
there is
that
no
time when
proper
that stupid
challenges.
Tide Pod challenge went around. I don't
No, I
remember
don't.
किस basically
क्या
you
था?
had यार Tide के जो है cleaning pods हुआ करते थे छोटे से that
Yeah.
you would
Okay.
just drop in
Yes.
with your laundry, the pod would dissolve and release the detergent and stuff. So people apparently took it as a challenge to swallow these. I mean,
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I don't know where it started from or which platform started it. Probably was Snapchat or something, but
Oh my God.
a lot of people started doing that. A lot of people ended up in freaking hospital for that.
I mean,
And
what are you gonna get out of it?
I don't
I don't
know.
see the. I
I
mean,
don't know. It was the most
y-
ridiculous, idiotic, and dumbass thing to do that I ever heard of. Swallowing detergent pods for
I
a
mean, you wanna wash your
challenge.
stomach or something, man?
I don't. I mean,
What you been eating?
it goes against every form of common sense that, considering people were going crazy over this challenge, I don't really think it's common sense anymore. But, uh, but yeah, I mean, peeps were totally okay with swallowing
Parts. Wow.
detergent parts.
That's
Please
too
note,
much.
detergent parts.
Detergent parts.
Good
That's too
grief.
much.
So yeah,
Wow.
yani, that was then. This was quite some time ago, if I recall correctly. This was before lockdown, long before lockdown. So yeah, and if you're providing a platform that promotes these kinds of challenges, then I guess we have something to be worried about, or not, because
Yeah.
this might just end up in natural selection and weed out the stupid people. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to look at this, to be honest. Should I be worried? Should I? Because at the end of the day, what do we do? Because this thing is here. This thing is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's not changing. It's not getting better. What do we do? Do we just lie down and let them steamroll over us? Do we do something about it? What can we do something about it if we do something about it? And I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't get it. What are your thoughts on this? Because when I think about the problem that this presents and the popularity it has received and the popularity that it is receiving
Yeah, I
and
think.
every day,
See, I think the problem
scary.
is.
Scary.
See, what I think the problem is, it has been normalized,
Stupidity.
like abnormality. Well, yeah, you can say that. Well, the normality is has been normalized so much, ठीक है, कि you start thinking that if you're not doing that, you're not part of the society.
Now that's FOMO
Ye-
syndrome, man. That's FOMO.
I think that's what drive these kids, these people to take such actions. They think that, oh, everybody is doing that, and if we don't do that, we gonna stay behind the rat race, the infamous rat race. Yeah. And it's crazy, like you talk to some of these people and they will say that, oh, it's fun, okay, it's a challenge, it is supposed to be difficult and dangerous. Yeah, well, there is a challenge like, skydiving karo without parachute, there you go.
Now that
I
essentially is
mean,
what they're doing, to be honest.
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what they're doing to life. Exactly, you're right. That's what they're doing to their
Hey, you want a
lives.
challenge? Go climb a mountain. There is training, there is
Exactly.
practice, there is a whole regime that you have to follow. You have to change your body, build up endurance, stamina, whatnot, and then go and climb a mountain. Here, that's a challenge. There you go.
And those challenge, I'm telling you, if you haven't taken those challenge, you haven't done nothing, and they're really tough.
Yeah, well, I'm okay with being dumb.
I mean, getting shredded, losing weight, carrying muscular body. It's tough,
It
man.
is tough. See, that's the other thing. This
Exactly.
this
That's the
is
challenge
the
you should take.
not this promotes a culture of instant gratification. You know what I'm saying? Because here you have a challenge that's meaningless, that's stupid, that's easy to do, but it's the danger element that they bring into it and claim that that's what makes it worth doing. No, a challenge is not supposed to be just dangerous. Challenges in general are supposed to be life changing at the very least, because unless you challenge yourself, you're not putting yourself out of your comfort zone. And getting shredded is a long term commitment. It's a challenge that you undertake personally.
Indeed.
It develops character, it builds
Indeed.
yani it there's 100 things that go along the way of its completion. You become more conscientious. क्या कहते हैं, you take care of your what you're eating. You take care of how we say, you take care of your body. You work out in the sense that you have a schedule. You commit to that schedule. You push past days where you're feeling like you don't want to do it, and you actually push yourself beyond that. You overcome the
And that is
limitations
a
of your
challenge.
mind and
That is a
body.
challenge.
I mean, that's a worthy challenge. That's not just a challenge. That's a worthy challenge. That's something that will help you become a better person in a lot of
Yeah.
respects: mental, physical, moral. I mean, come on. Eating Tide
Yeah.
Pods or sucking up water through a tissue and God knows what. That's what the hell does that do for you? Except land you in the hospital or worry everyone around you because you're choking to death on a lung full of water that you just sucked up yourself.
See, we are not against the app. We are totally not against the
We're
app.
not against the app. We're against what they're
If
doing on the app.
if you ask me, it's an amazing platform for you if you want to increase the presence of your content. If you have a business, if you want to bring out more products, या आपने ये बताना है कि हाँ आई एम हेयर, ठीक है, you want to promote yourself, to promote your content, your product, this is the best platform. I can tell you, I promise you, there will be a lot more जो आपको मिलेगा उसमें से, ठीक है, प्लेटफॉर्म में से. Making such kind of videos, that what we are against, ठीक है. If you want to make videos, make fun videos. I'm sure you have seen those photography videos जो कि TikTok में है, by the way, ठीक है. जो कि he's a random photographer. He goes to people. He says that okay, I want to take photos of you. He takes a like picture on the spot, and he shows the results. It encourages people to take photography, to be part of that. These are the content. What should you be making, and what should you be excited about? I would say, not like those cinnamon powders and Tide Pods and God knows what.
That's ridiculous, man. Yani, expanding upon what we just said right now, you remember the whole 14th August incident that happened
Oh
with
yes, exactly,
there were two incidents. I don't know if
exactly.
the first one, the one at the Unity Faith Discipline.
Minar Pakistan.
No, Minar Pakistan was the second incident. The first and the one before that was that photo shoot, that weird quote
Oh, I don't
unquote
know the one.
creative photo shoot that they did.
Oh, the Islamabad wala thingy.
Yeah, that thing.
Oh yeah, that crap.
I don't know how much of a role TikTok played in that, but generally speaking, this is the kind of behavior that all of this leads up to. It's the
Yeah,
building
you have to be
block.
specific with the crap. There is so much crap that you have to be specific about the crap.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But
Tell me about it. But
yeah, exactly. I
basically, yeah.
mean,
This is what
see,
I'm
exactly.
afraid
That's
of.
that's that's what I'm saying. That the viewers, the users of that, applications are such. I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. Take care.
No, this is not about pointing finger. It's about the
Exactly.
mindset that this is developing. That's what's
Mindset,
worrisome.
exactly.
That is what's
So
worrisome.
basically,
Because, I mean, in the post interview of these particular people, especially the ones in the photo shoot, they were very proud of what they did. They were like, "Ki hum pata nahi." I mean, seriously, seriously, these are the values that you're claiming that Qaid-e-Azam was promoting. Are you off your gourd or something? I mean, seriously?
and these are the consequences. The
These are
consequences
the
are in front of
consequences.
you.
Yeah.
Exactly, they are in front of you. You can't control who is watching your videos.
Who is watching your video, who is getting inspired by your videos. Not that there is anything to get inspired by, but unfortunately, people who don't know any better or people who haven't been exposed to anything better will get inspired by it because, hell, this is the first inspirational thing that they've come across in their lives, for example. So, what are they going to learn from this? That you do stupid stunts like this and then evolve that into what happened at Minar-e-Pakistan? Really?
That was bad.
That was horrible.
That was
That
bad.
wasn't that wasn't just bad, that was
Um, People think that you do such kind of challenges, or like you're part of such community. They think you are the public property. They go for you. Okay? Then they don't treat you as a person. They treat you like someone. Oh, ये TikTok बनाता है तो ये ऐसा होगा. They assume stuff. So
and most of it is
that's what I'm
negative.
saying. That's what drives a lot of people away from TikTok. I have seen a lot of YouTubers in Pakistan. They were against TikTok, but then gradually, see, the thing is that TikTok isn't playing any part कि यार ये challenges करो. TikTok ये नहीं कह रहा कि भाई तुम challenge करो तभी मैं तुम्हारा जो है ये content share करूँगा. It's people's mentality, how they think of it.
But
Now
at the
a lot of
same
YouTubers,
time,
like I
no,
said,
I'm gonna
they are joining
slightly
it.
disagree with this, man, because it's you're taking responsibility away from the application by saying that no, I believe the responsibility lies squarely with the application because it is providing a
exactly.
platform for content like this to flourish, and
हाँ, like
that is
we
dangerous.
already discussed के sense of responsibility नहीं है. I agree.
Sense of responsibility either from the developers or more specifically from the
content
algorithm,
creators.
not the content creators. The content creators are going to be irresponsible regardless, whether they're using YouTube, whether they're using Facebook, whether they're using Instagram. Remember, the content creators will be irresponsible. It's the guidelines in the application that should somewhat curtail that. Like we mentioned, YouTube and the whole boundary on the kids and content created for kids. See, that's where the application is stepping up and taking responsibility for it. Here, you don't see that.
Yeah. So I think this is the reason that why a lot of people are being pushed away from TikTok, and it is looked down upon कि यार मतलब नहीं तुम TikTok बनाते हैं मतलब तुम तो उसी कैटेगरी में से हो. I mean, there are a lot of amazing people, ठीक है, motivational videos, but then again क्योंकि majority उन लोगों की है तो बीच में जो बाकी लोग वो भी
They're
मारे जाते हैं.
overshadowed by content that is horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of this being the right platform to plug your good content, I'm gonna not, I'm not convinced.
Yeah.
But this just brings me back to the original question that I have is whether we should resist this, whether we should give in to this, or all we can do is just educate people like we're trying to do right now, that this is dangerous, this is bad, this is irresponsibly used, and be careful. But that's placing a lot of trust on people's sense of responsibility, which clearly they've demonstrated, unfortunately, that they are incapable of being responsible when it comes to an application like this.
So yeah, I think that's all I have for this TikTok thing. But the final thing I would say is that this is an amazing platform to shine with good content, right? If used properly, it's amazing content. It's an amazing application, social application. Given that it is being used properly with responsibility and proper understanding. So I see it will stay in the spotlight for some time.
Let's face it is here to stay.
Yeah, yeah. It's not going anywhere yet.
Until it's replaced by
But yeah,
something
something
worse, maybe.
cringier.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to make a content, make good content. You can do that. It's not that difficult. You
That
can
should be a general rule. That should honestly be a general rule.
exactly. So I think that's what I have to say about TikTok. I mean, personally, my जो final outcome ये है कि it's not bad. Application is not bad. All of the users, I don't see them कि नहीं ये TikTok बनाता है तो he is bad.
Of
ठीक है,
course, I
maybe
mean,
if the
there
content
should
is
be no
bad,
stigma
exactly.
associated with users in general.
Exactly.
Although I'm pretty much in favor of associating stigma with users in
Yeah.
specific.
I would advise कि if any one of you have not used TikTok, give it a try with those things which interest you. ठीक है, like about you're in filmmaking, you're in photography, follow those, and you don't have to go for like मतलब उसमें जो है दो सेक्शन होते हैं, for you or for who you follow. ठीक है, just go to there, go on that. You will see a lot of good stuff as well. You will definitely see a lot of good stuff which
I'll
you
give it a
will
shot.
not find elsewhere. Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
I mean,
What the
yeah, initial when you open it, of course, like you said that the content vomit will be there, but there's a lot of good stuff as well. So don't miss out.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well,
Any
with
last verdict from you?
nah, I don't think this is something that you can actually pronounce a verdict on, and obviously
On that
it's
bombshell.
like I said, I'm still coming from a place where I personally haven't explored the app, so I can't really pronounce a verdict on it yet.
Yeah.
And even so, if I do, that'll still be my own personal viewpoint on it as per se. But from what I've seen so far, it's not something that I've liked, and I'm gonna approach it with a little bit of bias. So I'm gonna be honest.
Well, we're gonna follow up on that in next coming podcast. We'll definitely ask you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So this was the part 1 of social media about TikTok. We will do a few more like this on Facebook, Instagram, something like that.
Yep.
So stay tuned. Thank you for listening to us. And those of you who are watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Really means a lot. And do share if you have any comment or any, what do you call it? Any suggestions if you have.
Suggestions, feedback, everything, anything you say
mean a
will
lot.
help us make better content, which is what we're here to do.
So
Talk to us on
signing
YouTube,
off.
talk to us on Podbean, wherever it is. Just drop us a comment. Let us know.
Sure. Well, this is me signing off. Thank you very much. And hope you have an amazing day. Thank you, Bart,
Cheers,
for
mate.
being there. It was fun, like always.
as always. Yalla,
Ah,
catch you in
man.
the next one.
Take care. Thank you very
Bye bye.
much, and take care of your loved ones. Allah Hafiz.